Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Tina and Nikki about Strays, premiering on CBC September 14th. Thank you both for your time.
Thank you for having us.
It's exciting, right? New show based on a character, Shannon, from Kim's Convenience. Tina, what's going through your mind with that when you're like when an opportunity like that comes with someone who's on an existing show like Kim's Convenience?
It's crazy. I mean, I've watched Kim's Convenience, so I know Shayna's character a lot, and to know that there's like a spinoff happening there based on her character, kind of, I wanted to be part of it, and it was just so much fun. I just remember the first day on set, all I could think about was like, is this really happening? Like, am I in the right place right now?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Nikki, I mean,
yes,
that must have been a fun character to play. Can we just leave it at that?
Absolutely. She is the most lovable brat you'll ever meet.
Doesn't waste any time at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't waste time. First time.
She doesn't waste time. Mm-mm. Yeah. Nikki is out for Nikki. Nikki is number one, and she'll do anything to get what she wants.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, for sure.
The repercussions after, and try to redeem herself, hopefully.
Absolutely. And Tina, one thing about this show that I really enjoy is ensemble cast. Everyone is different. All the characters have different vibes. All the characters have something different going on. Did you notice that in the script, Tina?
I did. I feel like everyone just had a different color throughout, and all together it's just we have this like eclectic staff, and everyone kind of pops out in their different way, and it somehow works. I mean, everyone's different, but put together it just works. And reading the script, it like everybody has their own story, their personality, and it's just there's a bit of everything for everyone when you're watching. Yeah,
absolutely. And Nikki, people are going to see the show. They're going to see there's a lot of cute, amazing, cuddly animals in this show. What was it like working on a show that surrounds a workplace with all these cute, amazing animals around?
So distracting. We would before like rehearsing and then shooting the scene, we would just have to take breaks to pet the puppies. Like it was just mandatory, everything took an extra step. Holding a baby Dalmatian was just, you just needed time. You needed time to get to know the animals and like play with them. Very hard work. The hardest work I've ever done.
Tia, did it make longer days? Because you were like, I need like 20 minutes to go see the puppy.
Yeah, I think for everyone though, not just like the cast, but even the crew as well. Like just on our downtime, like everybody would be like huddled around like a certain animal that was being featured. We would like pet them, take pictures. Yeah. Like Nikki's right, very distracting, but like in a really good way. Yeah.
Except for the birds. I was like, can we remove, please? Remove the bird.
They got quite loud.
I'm done. Yeah. I need to say my lines. Please get rid of it. Yeah.
This is a question for both of you, but we'll start with Nikki. I mean, did you see I guess it's a choice, but when you have this opportunity to be on Strays, which is a Kim's Convenience spinoff, did you see it like kind of that you had to, or most likely like, did you want to go back and watch Kim's Convenience and see Nicole as Shannon and kind of see what it was like type thing? Like, was that part of it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to see, it's the same writing team, same showrunner. So I wanted to see the style, the vibe, the comedy. And I have been watching the whole time, Kim. So, I love Shannon and I love Nicole so much. So yeah, of course I went back and rewatched, but once you get the scripts and you dive into it and see all these characters come to life throughout our, we had so many Zoom read-throughs with the whole cast, then it kind of becomes our own thing. And really, because the comedy is a little different than Kim's, and then just like the ensemble work, it's so ensemble heavy. So yeah, there's similarities, but once we went off, it became our own thing to just.
Can you add to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely different environment and the mood, and it's her new beginning in a new city.
Yep.
So you see different types of people in the city of Hamilton, and overall it was just you have Shannon's trademark positivity from Kim's that comes over to Strays, and it's just the stories that happen from there on. And I think us adding our bit of our characters as well into this ensemble kind of creates a whole new world, aside from her Toronto life.
Absolutely. And Nikki, it's calm before the storm in terms of when this is actually going to drop. I mean, September 14th is right around the corner, so people are going to get to watch Strays on CBC. Have you thought about takeaways in terms, or like what you think people are going to get from the show yet? Like, what do you hope they get out of it when they watch Strays on CBC?
I'm hoping that they just fall in love with these people. I think the cast is amazing. I think they did an amazing job casting the perfect people for their parts. We are all very similar to our characters, whether we like it or not.
Yep.
I think the cast is so perfect, and I think that's where this show will rise to the occasion, because people will watch it week after week because they'll fall in love with these people and they'll laugh with these people. So I'm really excited to see how the audiences take it in. I'm so pumped.
Tina, has it hit you that it's almost out?
I don't know. It's still not hitting me. I don't know about you, Nikki, but like, I'm still kind of like, I don't know. Like it's coming up. I'm ready to see it because I've been dying to see it. I mean, we just haven't been able to see anything yet.
Yeah.
But I do hope, the audiences can just even have a moment of just, escape from all the craziness that's happening in the world right now, to just tune in and just see just like a light comedy full of heart and full of, a lot of fur and
a lot of fur. Absolutely.
And
that's so important now.
Yeah.
The world is so heavy right now that it's just week after week you can tune in and laugh with these crazy eccentric weirdos.
Yep.
And see some cute animals. It sounds amazing to me. So
perfect.
Absolutely. We're allocated a little bit more time here, so I was just wondering, I think this would be a cool idea. I want you both to ask each other a question about Strays. I'm sure there's some things that you maybe have questions about characters or anything like that. Tia, do you have a question on top of your head to Nikki right now?
That's
about Strays. I don't know.
Ask me anything, honey. Anything. I'm an open
book. Where did you really get the laptop?
Yeah, where did you?
Oh, I was like, the laptop. Don't remember a thing about what.
It's been months.
Yeah. Is that a weird thing too? Sometimes though, where and I guess with COVID, that was also something that basically a lot of things got delayed. But like, Tina, did you find that interesting too? Like it's one thing to go in, do the role and everything, and then finally when it comes out, right, it could be kind of some time, right? Like I know you're doing press for it. Are you getting used to that aspect of things as well?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like every show is different, right? Sometimes you would shoot a show and then they would premiere it right after. And then for us, we shot this back in February, I think, February to
March. Yeah.
March, yeah. So like early beginning of the year. So like even trying to remember when I was like, when was that? Yeah. But yeah, in between time, like it's still good to like catch up with each other and do some post-production work after that. But sometimes, the lag of time, you're just like, wow, that did feel like ages ago. But
100%. Nikki, there's always going to be learning experiences on different projects. Can you kind of, on the top of your head, talk about some learning experiences for you as a storyteller working on Strays?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never I've never been cast as a series lead before. So just the magnitude of being there every day and having so much, text to learn, like literally like so fast and carry a story through the whole season. That was definitely a learning curve for me, which I loved. I was ready for. And to just like also try to make Nikki likable as well, because she's so difficult and she's really mean. She can be mean and awful to people, but you know, riding that fine line of still, hopefully I did it, making the audience not hate her.
Misunderstood, though. Misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Yeah. She has a heart deep down inside, especially with her family and her cousin, who's Nicole, or Shannon. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that comes across and see the reception of her. But
Tina, in the show, people are going to see, it's not really a spoiler, but people are going to see, especially in the first episode, that your character works in marketing. You're very into social media and tech, and that's kind of your job, working with Shannon. I'm just curious for you, for Tina, are you at, like, where do you rank in terms compared to your character with like your interest in social media or like your knowledge of tech? Like, I'm curious about that.
So funny thing is, for Joy, she is in charge of social media, but she's not really good at it. And I feel like there's a lot of similarities there with me because I'm not personally good with social media handling. So, you know, it was kind of easy to play Joy that way because I was like, okay, great. I don't know what kind of hashtags to use. You know, I don't know what comment is right, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I found similarities in that. Like Joy's not necessarily great with social media. Neither am I, but maybe there's a similarity there that I could put over.
Have you both decided, like, I mean, we talked about how you said it was distracting working with the animals and everything. But in terms of kind of looking at the highlights of putting the show together and everything, were there any kind of like standout moments that you really enjoyed about making Strays, Nikki?
Honestly, it's the best set I've ever worked on in my entire life. I mean, I can't pinpoint an exact moment because every day I was excited to go to work. Like, yes, it was challenging. Acting is challenging. But the whole vibe, the cast, the crew, everyone involved, I just fell in love with all of them. And I've never been a part of that before. Yeah. Like, kudos to the production team. Kudos to Nicole for like setting that tone for everyone. Yeah,
it felt like family, really.
Day. Sorry?
It felt like family, really. Just
family,
like
absolutely. Even with the masks, even with COVID, even with not being allowed to like touch each other, which sometimes we did. You know, we broke the rules. But it was just so. I laughed so much too. Everything. Actually, one funny anecdote, I guess. Is the writing team is incredible. The episodes are hilarious. And one episode they wrote in Nikki saying woof. Like it's like woof. And after that I thought it was so hilarious that I wanted it to be my tagline. So I would try to sneak it in every scene. Like every opportunity I was like woof, woof. Like there's so much where they're just like, okay, enough, Nikki. Like it's probably all gonna get cut, but I want that tagline, honey.
It'll be trending. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag book. And it fits the show. So genius, I think so.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. Yeah, I mean, Tina, I find it especially like there are some characters, like everyone has moments where you're gonna laugh. Like every character has their like moments where there's laughs from those characters. But with like Nikki's character and Kevin's character, I don't know about you. Like I just like feel like there's a lot of laughs with those characters. Like, what was it like kind of seeing those or working on those? Like, were you laughing a lot kind of doing the takes and everything?
Oh, absolutely. Again, like Nikki said before, you know, like everybody is kind of like their character, whether they like it or not. So even off camera, you know, when we're talking, we have moments where we're laughing so hard. And then Nikki would be like, I feel like we're just shooting right now, you know, because everybody, like, it just felt like a scene when we were off camera. So while we're on camera, of course, the same energy is transferred, and we would have a lot of moments where we would cut because we couldn't stop laughing. And of course, like, you know, we can't control the animals too. So whenever the animals kind of interrupted the scene, like that would make us laugh even harder. Yeah. Like we had a scene where a couple of bunnies in the background started mating and they just couldn't stop. So we had to stop and wait for them to finish to carry on with their scene. And we're just like, okay.
Or the camera crew would be like, oh, we have to get this. And then they'd film the rabbits just like doing it. So yeah. You know, thinking on our toes.
So many animal references, obviously.
Yeah, it's gold. It's comedy gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you both so much for your time. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Nikki, for coming on Pop Turn to chat about Strays, which is available September 14th on CBC. Very quickly, where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything, Nikki?
Nikki Duval on Instagram. That's the only one I'm really active on.
Amazing. Tina, what about you?
Instagram also at Tina_Jung.
Amazing. Seriously, thank you both for your time and
Thank
congrats on the show. It's so great and everyone's going to have a chance to see it soon.
Yay!
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.